There are many benefits to strength training. Sometimes people are nervous to do strength training because they're going to injure themselves, or they don't know what exercises are best. So they tend to go with something that they like. It could be cardio, or it could be, some form of physical activity. But there's many positive things from strength training. But one big positive thing to think about is every day you move. You get up, you move around. It may not be physical activity where you're going out and exercising, but you're always moving, right? At some point. So if you think about it, is in order to move, your joints have to move. And in order for them to move, your muscles and tendons have to work together to move those joints, and your ligaments are the ones that are going to kind of stabilize those joints. Well, if your muscles are a little weaker, or you don't necessarily have as much strength in those regions, let's say your legs, when you go to move, whether it's walking, getting up from the ground or off the ground, or just carrying things around, that demand on those muscles are going to be a little bit higher. And over time, that's going to increase some fatigue, and that could, down the road increase, chances of injuries if the demand just keeps on, increasing. So one easy thing to think about when you're like, why should I do strength training, is like, well, you want to move around, right? So if you can improve your strength, then it can make it easier to move. And if it makes it easier to move, it's going to be less fatigue. And that less fatigue is going to allow you to do other things and stuff like that. And also, your respiratory muscles are skeletal muscles that need strength. So there's a lot of muscles within your system that not only help you move, but also help you breathe. And improving that strength through strength training, and we're not just talking lightweight strength training where you're grabbing 5-10 pounds. We're talking about challenging yourself where you're going anywhere from 2 to 4 sets of 5 to 12 repetitions at a higher weight of anywhere from 60 to 90% of what your max may be. Stuff that's going to challenge you where you really feel that burn is going to help improve that capacity, so when you're asking your body to do something at a higher demand, it's going to be able to give back to you because you gave it that strength. So try not to, shy away from strength training. And you don't have to jump in fully. Just start with 1 to 2 sets of 8 repetitions of a certain region. If it's quads, lunges, or squats. And as you start to feel more comfortable, integrate more exercises. One thing with, strength training, like we said, is not everyone, feels comfortable doing it. But we don't have to start and do 1,000 different exercises. Start with a couple exercises, 1 to 2, and then start with 2 sets of 8 reps, and dial that intensity, or if 10 is the hardest ever alive, try and work in the range of anywhere from 6 to 9, and then take the recovery that's needed, and then repeat that, and then see how that feels, and then progressively over time, increase the weight, or increase the amount of sets you do, and then build off that. Because if you're able to build a good, strong foundation, then if you want to do high intensity interval training, if you want to go pick something up and carry it from A to B, whatever it might be, you have the potential for more possibilities just by increasing or integrating strength training into your routine.